So these genetic testing companies have become quite popular both in the US and in China, but for very, very different reasons. In the US, most people take these tests because they want to know a little bit about where they come from. They want to know their heritage, their lineage, and whatnot. Here in China, though, people want to know what their DNA says about them so that they can plan for the future. If people are, let's say, prone to heart disease or to Alzheimer's, they may change their lifestyles. I'm doing this because I want to know if I'm at risk of having Alzheimer's, like my father.
CRISPR it's certainly a game changer.
CRISPR is a tool that can alter physical traits, even life-threatening diseases.
We can use gene editing technology to let pig suffer from human disease.
There's something really, really uncomfortable about this.
So for less than $1,000, you can genetically modify humans or human cells.
This gives us the power to control evolution?
Yeah, with this technology, human can do that.
The potential of this genetic editing tool is an ethical minefield that challenges the idea of life itself.
My concern is human enhancement.
Or designer humans.
Yes.
Let's do it, see what happens. You know, I've genetically modified myself with CRISPR. People say, like, you're playing God, and I love when people say that. I think it's so true and brilliant.
Welcome to the Global Community Bio Summit, everybody.
We came to the first global gathering of biohackers, a term for biologists who work outside of traditional labs.
Okay, awesome.
What the f is going on?
Your last name?
Zahner,
Josiah?
perhaps.
Very quickly, what I just wanted to do is to give a shout out for Marshall and what's going to happen. So at some point, Saturday morning.
How you doing, ma'am?
A little bit. How are you?
I woke up on the floor of the kitchen, so. Lord, I can't believe you came.
Josiah Zahner is a former NASA scientist turned biohacker. He's become a kind of a breakout star of the biohacker movement, a movement that he wants to remain in the hands of the people, away from the influence of the scientific establishment.
The people trying to appropriate the biohacker movement, it's gross. I feel gross being here.
Let's say you may not buy into this, but does this sort of validate the work that you and other biohackers have done, that you've gotten the attention of an MIT?
I don't need validation.
What are the risks with working with living organisms?
None.
That's a good one. I may ask why.
Keep dreaming, Josiah.
So you have about 20 seconds.
Yeah, so we converted the house into a scientific lab and company. We sell genetic engineering kits to people.
Josiah's kits contain gene-cutting tools and bacterial DNA.
So there's 5 of us. What we are trying to do is make genetic engineering technology accessible to people. We want people to be able to use genetic engineering technology as easily as they could use an app on their smartphone.
In the US, gene editing is technically not illegal, but federal funding is either prohibited or extremely difficult to obtain.
It's a box that has all our different DNAs and other things for our yeast CRISPR experiments. We're designing new kits that allow people to engineer brewing and baking yeast with CRISPR.
Josiah's business and the biohacker movement it helped service came to exist largely because of one new tool called CRISPR, short for Clustered Regularly Interspersed Short Palindromic Repeats.
What CRISPR does is it allows you to directly target any sequence in somebody's genome, in their genes that you want, and make whatever change you want.
CRISPR consists of two key components, a protein, which works like a pair of scissors, and what's essentially GPS, which tells the scissors where to cut. It can precisely cut a gene that's responsible for a disease and replace or fix it. It can also alter genes that determine hair color, eye color, or body composition.
So it's a kind of film strip. You can edit the fate and the story of a life of a cell and organism with this technology.
Dr. Emmanuelle Charpentier at the Max Planck Institute for Infection Biology in Germany is one half of the duo that discovered CRISPR's gene-cutting abilities. She and her research partner, Jennifer Doudna of UC Berkeley, harnessed a naturally occurring defense system in bacteria.
It's a tool that really increases a lot the potential of research and development in biology.
That's a pretty incredible discovery.
Yes. It's very nice.
You're very modest about this.
Yes. I really expect, and this is maybe the most exciting aspect for me of CRISPR, is that there will be a lot of new mechanisms revealed, maybe former dogmas that will be challenged.
With the help of CRISPR, the floodgates have opened to all sorts of new experimentation previously unthinkable. China currently leads the way in gene-edited firsts, including CRISPR-edited human embryos in 2015.
Do you have pets at home?
No, my wife did not like dogs, but I have many fishes.
Unlike the US government's cautious approach, the Chinese government is all in on CRISPR research, providing most of the funding for dozens of the country's CRISPR projects.
Tango, Hercules. We lock down the muscle gene and do not let it work, so the muscle grows without limitation.
Researchers at this lab used CRISPR to isolate and manipulate the beagle's muscle, or myostatin gene, making these the most muscular beagles in the world.
He's incredibly muscular right here in his forelegs, I guess. But aside from being more muscular, everything else is okay? He's healthy?
Okay, healthy, very healthy.
Can you edit my myostatin gene?
As I jokingly contemplated enhancing my own muscles with gene editing, the rabbit hole of this technology revealed itself.
Do you worry that we're approaching a day when people say, I want a designer dog. I want a dog that glows in the dark, or I want an extra muscular poodle?
Actually, it says us. It says all of them when we confirm that it's the CRISPR dog. It also excites the world.
简单的就是说，你要克隆一个动物，比如说我要克隆你，我就在你身上切一块皮肤下来，然后呢，把你的细胞给你拿出来培养。
Dr. Lai Lang Shui is one of China's leading CRISPR researchers and a pioneer in the field. He runs several labs, including the one responsible for the mutant dogs. He also educates students about genetics research.
要我去克隆的话，我觉得我还是能做得出来。从技术上来说，没问题，是吧？ So far, use CRISPR on dogs, pigs, rabbit, and mouse. The most excited that if I want to make something in animal, in biomedicine, now I can achieve very easily. Before, if I want to do that, maybe it will take me several years and millions of US dollars to just achieve one genetically modified animals. Now, very fast, yeah, and very inexpensive. From scientific aspect, it's very exciting. Every scientist like this kind of technology. They can use this technology to make what they want. But from the society, maybe they have some safety concern.
Yeah. What are those concerns?
And the concerns, maybe some people will abusively use this technology to make something very weird.
I'm here in the market district in Guangzhou, and I'm seeing all sorts of dried plants, dried animal parts, and lots of animals that you might not expect to see. And it can be kind of jarring and uncomfortable at times, but it's important to remember that here in China, animals aren't viewed the way they are in the West. People don't have warm and fuzzy feelings about animals the way we might. Animals are largely seen for their utility or their function. They are a means to an end, and you could see that playing out across Chinese society, even across science, when you look at the application of CRISPR across all kinds of different animals.
Ready? Let's go.
Oh, these are cute.
These pigs are immune deficient pigs, so they will suffer from infection disease very easily. But with this model, we can do many experiments to do cancer research and immune research and infectious disease research. So this, we use CRISPR to knock out 2 genes at one time, try to make Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's disease.
Pigs and humans share similar genomes. We have the same immune systems and digestive systems, and suffer from many of the same diseases.
If we succeed in pigs, then we can transfer this technology into human. From the technology aspect, we should no problem to do that now. But so far, the regulation and the law don't allow us to do that.
Seeing all these pigs being CRISPR'd, it is so wild. But there's still something very uncomfortable about this. I think that what makes Americans nervous about CRISPR and about gene editing
For human, right?
for humans, yeah. But I also think, one of the concerns is because it is a very religious country, CRISPR allows humans, it puts so much power into our hands. It allows us to shape our world in ways never before imagined. And there are many people in the US who think, well, that's not for us to do. That's for a higher power. That's for God. So the idea that we could be playing the role of God makes a lot of people nervous.
Okay. But
clearly not here, though.
Yeah, not here. I think prevent disease is a good thing. It's really a good thing. Some genetic disease, if we can modify it, this couple have this kind of genetic background. If they get a baby, the baby will have some defect. Why don't we just change that? This kind of technology, like atomic bomb, if you use it to make electricity, it's good. If you use the bomb, it's bad. depends on who uses it, right?
Yeah, I did that myself. The word create is like, that was my first attempt, and then when I got to something and beautiful, it looks a lot better. So my parents were really religious. My father was a preacher. My mother was really religious. I grew up. But it was the crazy Christianity where people thought that you could like heal people and like speak in tongues. It was a pretty interesting young life. My whole life, I've never really had control of anything, right? I grew up like really poor, and religion tries to give you a semblance of control, right? Like the devil's the problem and God will help you. Pray and things will be better, but there wasn't a lot of control in that. James, come here, James. He's the cutest. He's only got one eye. And so I came upon science. It's captivated me. Science has really captivated me. If something went wrong, here's possible ways you can fix it. Maybe they work, maybe they don't, but these are possible ways you can fix your problem. To me, it allows me to take back control of my life and maybe help other people. This is pretty cool. What I got is a Electroporator. It shocks your cells and that helps DNA get inside the cells. Oh man, this thing is heavy. I got it on eBay for $400. It's pretty sweet. I think the shipping was the most expensive part. And it makes you wonder why scientists need hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars when you can get this stuff for hundreds of dollars. Working.
CRISPR is not a toy. It is so helpful to really boost the development of diverse strategies to treat diseases. Surely it is very phenomenal. Now, having said this, you have controversies with regard to whether the technology should be used for genetically modifying human embryos to design babies with certain genetic traits.
Advancements in genetic screenings of human embryos allow scientists to create organisms by design, not by chance. Coupled with the rise of consumer genetic sequencing and large investments made in the private sector, humanity's genetic toolbox is dramatically expanding.
Because CRISPR is such a powerful technology that has such enormous potential that you've captured the imaginations of so many people around the world, including large companies, private, wealthy private individuals. Can that research actually be contained and regulated because there's so much private interest in this?
And this is an interesting aspect, is that and that allowed a very, very fast way of scientists to adopt the technology in their labs, and the democratization of the technology extremely fast, because this is a technology which everyone can use, even a lab with very modest resources.
Let's do it, see what happens. Biopsy punch. Ooh. Ow.
Josiah uses blog posts to chronicle his CRISPR experiments, including one he did on his own genome.
But I think I got the skin. So I used this CRISPR system designed to edit a gene in my muscles that would make them grow faster, be bigger, and make me stronger. It was just a localized injection and modification to my forearm. Oh man, that's gross. It was a proof of concept, a proof of principle to show people how easy it was.
What was the result of this?
Well, so the results take a while, right? So with human genetic modification, especially in adults, the results take months, right? So it's kind of like shooting up with steroids or something, right? You shoot up with steroids, you're not gonna see big muscles like in the next day or probably not even the next week. It takes a bit of time. Can't believe I just did that. This guy from community college sent me an email. He wants 1,000 students for a CRISPR lab. I think we're gonna have our new CRISPR system hopefully in like the next couple weeks.
Sweet.
Oh, wow.
Switch over.
Some of the great scientific breakthroughs using CRISPR. Do you think that it's possible that some of these could emanate from labs like this?
Oh, they're definitely gonna happen from biohackers, and because the thing is, nobody else can do the clinical trials, right? Like, myself was the first ever human CRISPR experiment. First ever. Didn't happen in a big lab. I don't have millions or billions, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? But that's it. That's where the first human CRISPR experiment happened. It happened like from me, from a place like this.
So you think that we're grabbing evolution by the balls and just plowing forward into a whole new era?
I mean, we have been for a while, right? Like humans stopped being involved in natural selection a long time ago, right? Any sort of human that's born that has problems or defects or diseases, we don't kill it. We try our best to keep it alive, right? And that's anti-natural selection. I get like 2, 3, 5, 10 emails a day about people who want to use genetic engineering in some way, right? Maybe to help them with their disease. You know what no person with cancer has ever told me ever? Like, hey, I don't want to try that out because it might hurt me. They've never said that to me, ever. Hey, I don't want to try that out because it might be dangerous.
But you don't think this technology could spur a widespread movement to create the perfect human? 6'2", certain eye color, certain hair color, certain body composition, musculature.
Here's the thing. There is no, I don't think, perfect human, right? We all enjoy different aspects of ourselves. We all enjoy different aspects of other people. Who's to stop somebody from being the person that they see themselves as? Do I want to be big and muscly? Do I want to high endurance? Do I want to have dark color skin or light color skin or whatever you want? Now we actually get to take control and say, like, where do we want to go from here? And you ask these academics and commercial scientists in the US, you say, are we on the verge of do-it-yourself gene editing? Are we on the verge of everything changing? And they're like, no, it's never gonna happen. It's like the night before the revolution, and everybody's outside with their, flashlights and torches, and you have all these people who still don't think it's gonna happen. Like, it's gonna create a whole new species of humans.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Did you get the results of the gene test of yours?
Yeah, I'm just pulling up your email. Can you help me understand what all of this means?
Yes, of course. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.